Welcome to Bitcoin Country. My name is Sue, and today's date is March 17th, 2021. Haven't done a video for a while. I decided I'm going to try and make this channel more of a crypto news channel. There's been so much going on, it's hard to keep up with everything. And I think what I'm going to do is give you the news, and regarding the how-tos, I will occasionally talk about different crypto projects and give you links on how to do different things: buy, sell, store, stake, those kinds of things. So let's get on with it, and I will show you what I have for you today. I am going to start posting more regularly now that I've decided what I'm going to focus my channel on. Just so you all know, I have a Calendly link. I will put it in the description below, but it is calendly.com/Bitcoin Country. And if you'd like, you can schedule an appointment with me there to talk to me about cryptos. Okay, the first story for today: Morgan Stanley becomes the first big U.S. bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds. This is big news. They're launching 3 funds. Apparently for wealthier clients, but I guess the point is it's all rolling out. Okay, there it says Morgan Stanley is the first big U.S. bank to offer its wealth management clients access to Bitcoin funds. At least for now, the bank is only allowing its wealthier clients access to the volatile asset. You needed $5 million at the bank to qualify for new stakes. In either case, your account has to be at least 6 months old. Well, that leaves most of us out, but still I think it's important to see it's rolling out. This is another article regarding, it says major firms, but I looked at it earlier and it was talking about Morgan Stanley. So you can see Morgan Stanley there. Let's see if they have. Oh, according to CEO of New York Digital Investment Group, Robert Gutman, there's more in store for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Bitcoin Ben talked about this several times, that there was people with New York Digital Investment Group. Pretty game-changing milestones from some of these firms, strategic partnerships. There's going to be a lot of money rolling into crypto in the next few weeks. You are going to continue to see the price of Bitcoin go up and up and up. There's so many people clamoring to get in. Okay. You can now send Bitcoin for free with Square's Cash App. This is an app I've had for the last probably 2 months. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I'm starting to use it more. It is very handy. It's an app you can put on your phone. I'll leave the link down below. I have a referral code if you want to try this. But basically, it's an easy on-ramp from your bank account to buy Bitcoin. You can only buy Bitcoin with this app, but still, it's way easier than trying to set up an account on Coinbase and try to figure it out, especially if you are new to crypto. This would be a good starting place. Learn how. You can learn how you can it's called on-ramping from your bank account from cash to Bitcoin. And then you can take and send your Bitcoin to another place, maybe a swap exchange where you might want to buy a different coin, or say you want to send your Bitcoin somewhere else to hold it, like an Exodus wallet or the Atomic wallet. It says right here, and now transaction fees, especially on Ethereum, are very high. It's been a real bummer. I've really stayed away from Ethereum for several months now because of the fees. You can see the Cash App has important layer 2 scaling solutions for Bitcoin. See, the Bitcoin transaction speed is relatively slow. It was the first crypto invented, so the transactions are slower, but with this Cash App layer 2 solution, it does transactions faster, get you into Bitcoin faster. Okay. Grayscale. Watch the news frequently for Grayscale announcements. This is the latest one. Grayscale says investor demand has never been higher and introduces 5 new altcoin trusts. So, the world's largest digital asset manager announces new investment products for BAT, Link, Mana, Phil, and LPT. I'm familiar with, this is the basic attention token. This is Link. And I believe FIL is Filecoin. I'm not familiar with the other 2 projects. But what this is going to mean is Grayscale, they launch trusts. Right here it says. They announced today the launch of 5 new digital currency investment trusts. This is going to lift these 5 projects off the ground. There will be more investment money coming into it because they're going to follow Grayscale, who's very well known for their investment. Okay, here he says, basic attention token, Chainlink, decentralized trust. I don't know which one that is. Must be MANA. Filecoin and Live Peer Trust. We're in the adoption phase. That's why this is happening. If you're shocked that this is happening or wonder why this is happening, it's why, because we're now reaching adoption. It's catching on worldwide. People are realizing what cryptocurrencies can do for their portfolio. Okay, I don't see anything else there I want to talk about. Kraken is an exchange. They're talking about an initial coin offering. Major cryptocurrency exchange Kraken is considering a stock market debut in 2022, according to Fox business reporter Charles Gasparino. Okay, they're debating how they're going to enter, but I guess the point is no major crypto exchange has gone public in the US just yet. But that should soon change as Coinbase is barreling toward a direct listing, and eToro announced it's merging with a SPAC Tuesday. So, big news. Here's another article. Coinbase registers 150 million shares for public listing. I'll be curious to see what this does for the Coinbase exchange. Coinbase now has 43 million verified users. So I'm 1 in 43 million. Yay. Okay, that's all we have there. CNBC says U.S. companies face record 10.5 trillion in debt. Here's what to know about the corporate bond bubble. I know this is not cryptocurrency news, but it's financial news, and that all ties in together with the money printing, the inflation, what it's doing to the bond market. This is all, cryptos are part of our financial world now. So we have to be aware of the other facets of our financial system. And I can't say I know much about bonds, but we're still gonna cover it. U.S. companies now face the highest levels of debt on record, more than 10.5 trillion. They blame it on coronavirus. Companies go there to borrow cash, super low interest rates from 2008 financial crisis have made borrowing easier and easier. Yeah, U.S. companies have regularly offered up bonds for sale, taking advantage of the cheap access to cash. Not surprised. A lot of these companies borrowed money to pay back their stockholders, buy back shares of their company. They didn't do it to hire more people, put more in research. I mean, as a general rule, a lot of them just bought back their own stock. Sometimes companies get reckless with debt, and this can result in bonds facing downgrades and low ratings, putting these companies as junk bond status. Over borrowing can result in companies being fallen angels or zombie companies. And if you listen to Lynette Zhang of ITM Trading, she has a YouTube channel. She talks about the zombie companies quite frequently. And it's her contention there may be around 20% of companies listed on the stock market are actually zombie companies, because the valuations of the stocks don't make any sense in relation to earnings. The stock prices have gotten so high. If it's going to take you, 200 years to recover your investment according to what the dividends pay out, it might be a zombie company. Very, very overvalued market. Between rising interest rates and inflation concerns, Wall Street is watching the bond market closely and checking the pulse of the U.S. economy. Well, with all the printing they're doing, we certainly are experiencing inflation, regardless of what they tell you on main news channel outlets. This inflation is going to become a big deal, and obviously that is going to affect the bond market. So we need to keep an eye on that. Okay, this was exciting news for me because I'm interested in this project. Theta Labs granted second U.S. patent for ultra-high transaction throughput micropayments to support decentralized video and data delivery. I may someday do a video for you on Theta Labs and the other news I've learned about them, or I may just put a link down below. A lot going on with Theta Labs. You can't buy it directly in the United States right now. It's going to be coming to Coinbase, the Coinbase exchange where you can purchase it. It's not available there yet. So far, there is no exchange in the United States that can sell to United States citizens. I've got a little bit of Theta. I bought it in a roundabout way through a swap site. This is really a big one. It is interesting that they've gotten a second U.S. patent for their decentralized blockchain-based video and data delivery. Well, let's just cover it here now because I find it very interesting. Decentralized. If you understand what decentralized is versus centralized, right now, our video streaming comes through centralized servers. And as technology grows and more of us are using more and more bandwidth for video streaming, for example, working from home, so much we do anymore is on the computer. It takes up a lot of bandwidth. And if you're having problems with slow delivery, that thing that circles on your screen when you're watching a movie, that's the slow system, and that's caused by not enough servers, not enough bandwidth on the servers. This decentralized blockchain based video delivery, Decentralized means it's going to be spread out over different nodes throughout the world. And we're going to do data sharing, bandwidth sharing. The Theta token accomplishes this sharing through a decentralized platform, which means we expect better service. The other thing that comes with Theta is you're actually going to be able to earn the gas token for it, which is called T fuel or Theta fuel. Eventually, Samsung has partnered with them, and eventually your Samsung devices will all have a Theta node on them, and you can actually earn Theta fuel when you're watching videos on their platform. One of their platforms is called Theta TV, and you can look into that more. If you want to know more about Theta Labs, I've got a whole lot of information I can share with you. A lot of these projects, it really takes a lot of research to find out what's going on. You know, it's out, the information's out there on the internet, but you just have to scour for it. So I've scoured for it. I've got some contacts that are interested in the project, and together we share information back and forth. Okay, I haven't looked into this project too much, but it's new, so I'll share it with you. It's the introduction of the Oneinch aggregation protocol version 3. And just to tell you what it does, and I'm not going to explain this, I'm just mentioning it as news. They've upgraded. It's a decentralized exchange protocol. They're working on better rates and faster trades. Facilitates lower fees. And then they talk about how the transaction fees on Ethereum have risen and stayed high, making it difficult and, quite frankly, very unpleasant. Can't really justify, you know, a lot of Ethereum transactions, you might want to send $100 and they tell you you owe a $20 fee if you do it. So this is when we say high transaction fees. It's because the network is so busy. The network's clogged up, and because they've got a lot of business, the fees go up. When they get some of these issues worked out, the transaction fees will go down. And okay, here, the main improvement in version 3 is the ability to substantially reduce gas fees thanks to assembly code optimization. And there's the rest of the article. Give you a second there to look at it. Okay. Medium.com. I've found some good articles there. Okay, I guess that's where I got both of those articles. And last but not least, we've crossed a line. Why Goldman Sachs says crypto is here to stay. Don't you think it's odd that for years, since, I mean, Bitcoin came out in 2009, you know, periodically you'll hear articles of how Bitcoin's a scam, only criminals use it, it's used for drug trades and all that. And the timing is apparently just right that they're rolling this out, and now they're singing a different tune. But this is what I've learned in my studies of the last 3.5 years, trying to become more financially savvy, that the media tries to, well, hurt us in the direction they want us to go. Isn't necessarily the truth. Yeah, there's a phenomenal amount of institutional appetite. Cryptocurrencies and digital assets are going to be a permanent feature of banks and asset managers' investment portfolios for the foreseeable future. We have passed a point of no return in terms of adoption as a store of value and as a hedge against currency debasement fears. This is what's dragging these, putting these big corporations into cryptos big time. And as a matter of fact, before we get off of here, I am going to look up and see if I can find one more thing, because I think this guy is really important to this. Michael Saylor. He is the CEO of MicroStrategies. There you go. Here's one of the articles. You can find many articles. He's done a lot of interviews in the last couple of months. The best use of money and time is to buy Bitcoin. Expects Bitcoin to go after gold and bonds. Oh, look up several of his interviews that he has done. You'll find them on YouTube. He explains why. If you look up there's an article where they talk about him putting 1.5 billion of MicroStrategies reserve assets in Bitcoin. He's since then made another purchase, I think, of 500 million into Bitcoin. But the basic gist of it is, with all the money printing, the US dollar is inflating, so you're losing your purchasing power. And Bitcoin is a store of value, and it continues to go up in price. So why wouldn't you hold? It's deflationary. So why wouldn't you keep your, basically he's keeping the company's savings in a deflationary asset, which is going to continue to rise in value. And think about it this way. He is the CEO of a big corporation. He has what's called a fiduciary responsibility to protect the interests of the company and the shareholders. He's got a legal obligation. If he would be careless with the company's funds, he could actually be charged with a crime and go to jail. This wouldn't have been a knee-jerk reaction. Any moves like this would have to be approved by the board of directors. I'm sure there were lots of attorneys involved and months of deliberations within the company before this move was finally made. I think that's, that's how things work in these big corporations. So it isn't like you or I could just go, well, I just want to put, $10,000 in Bitcoin today. That's not how it happens in big corporations. There are limits to what a CEO can do. And certainly 1.5 billion and $500 million would trigger those things. So I encourage you to look up as many of the interviews as you can with Michael Saylor. Watching this guy speak, you start to really understand better what's going on. And the one thing I've learned in my research about my studying and my research the last 3.5 years is to watch what the people with money do. So I'm not afraid to learn something new. I've seen the stock market go up and down many times in my lifetime, and I've learned that time is money. So I'm watching this crypto stuff very closely, and I'm watching what the big boys do. Okay, this is Sue. I'm from Bitcoin country. I'm going to call it a day here. I'm going to start trying to do 2 or 3 videos a week so I can keep you caught up on the news. I'll put my Calendly link down below. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, if there's anything else you want covered. And also, if you see some crypto news that I haven't covered, please let me know, and I'll be sure to add it. Okay, you guys all take care. This is Sue from Bitcoin country, and I just want you to remember that family is everything. Take care. I'll see you later.